All right. Good morning, guys. How are we doing today? How is the Thursday morning looking like? Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing really well. Super excited for whatever reason. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, we have 9, we have a 10 plus, we have grades coming. Okay, good. Good morning. Okay, let's get going. So, guys, I want you to think of a situation, okay? एक situation सोचेंगे हम अभी. Everyone has to get into the visualization mode, wear the visualization hats and start seeing this situation, okay, that I'm narrating. Okay, so suppose there's India Pakistan match planned tomorrow. Okay, it's the World Cup finale. Ekdom like you're super high, you're a big cricket fan. Okay, and anyway, even if you're not a cricket fan, it's India Pakistan. Come on, we ought to watch it, right? And it's happening tomorrow, and you just can't control your excitement levels. You have your plans that I'm going to take a leave from office or work or business or whatever it is that I do. I'm just going to take a leave, and whole day I'm going to be hooked onto my TV, or maybe I'll sit with my friends, we'll go somewhere and we'll watch the entire match together. And oh my God, what a feeling it would be, right? You're like super excited. Okay, so excited. Tomorrow it's India Pakistan, and you have full plans to watch it full day and not do anything except that. Okay, now imagine at the last moment, when you wanted to take a leave from office or you wanted to take a break from work, something very urgent comes up and you're not able to take a leave. Okay, you had made full plans that I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but somehow the manager did not approve the leave. Okay, or somehow if you're a freelancer or if you do your own business, something very urgent like a very important client work has come, a very important project has come, and you just can't miss that deadline. It'll make you lose a lot of stuff. Okay, so you just can't. Okay, बुरा लग रहा है ना, थोड़ा सा बुरा लगना start हुआ that I had full plans but I'll not be able to watch the match. Now you're in your office, and somehow you don't even have time to see what's happening in the match. You're so busy, you're so occupied, the work is keeping you so occupied that your mind is there. अरे क्या हो रहा होगा यार? What is happening in the match right now? But you're not able to watch, not even go to CricBuzz or somewhere and watch out the highlights or something. No, your manager has said everybody has to focus on the work today. No one is going to think about cricket. All right. So, worst to worst, you're not even able to see what's happening. Whole of your mind is like there going all the time. अरे यार, किसकी बैटिंग होगी पहले, किसकी बॉलिंग पहले होगी, कौन चेस करेगा, ठीक है, कैसा खेल रही होगी टीम. I don't know if somebody is getting out or somebody is making a six. I just don't know. My mind is all the time running कि अरे यार क्या हो रहा होगा in the match, and I'm just not able to watch it because I have to be in my work. So I'm not able to focus on my work, but I have to because the manager is sitting on top of my head or my client is sitting on top of my head. Yeah. So you somehow throughout the day you were worried what is going to happen, मेरी country जीतेगी या नहीं, आज विराट कुछ खेल पाएगा या नहीं, what would Mr. Cool be doing today, and all of your favorite players you are wondering what is happening, पता नहीं यार आज बुमराह ने bowling कैसी कराई होगी, and all of that. Like your mind is completely focused on the match, but I feel like a bichara. You're not able to do anything about it. I wish you could watch the match. Like you wish you could have watched the match, right? Okay. So worry at the peak level, right? Why? Guys, why? Because you did not know what is the outcome. All the time your mind was like, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा होगा यार. Like what is happening in the background? Who would be winning? Who would be losing? So your mind was not able to focus on the work because your entire focus was what would be the outcome of the match, and you did not know it. Since you did not know it, your mind was disturbed knowing कि यार पता नहीं, I don't know, it's a mystery to you. The outcome is a mystery to you. What's happening? I wish I could watch the match, right? You're all the time wondering that. This was situation one, guys. Understood? कौन कौन देख पाया, विजुलाइज कर पाया yourself into tension, yourself into worry, not knowing what is happening, not knowing the outcome, too busy into some work that your mind is not able to focus on the work also because of what is the outcome of something that you would want in your life. So current present पे भी हम focus नहीं कर पा रहे उस चक्कर में, right? On the work, right? Cool. This was situation one. Could you see that, guys? Come on. Let's be active. Let's bring the energy levels up, okay? अब तो आदत पड़ गई है यार 5 बजे उठने की हम सबको. Right? Okay. So a lot of you guys are saying yes. Now imagine the second situation. Imagine the second situation. Now, suppose at the end of the day, now that everything is done, your work is done, you can't wait to go online and check what happened, right? You just can't wait. As soon as you leave your office, as soon as the client work is done, now the first thing that you do is go to Google and search who won today. India versus Pakistan, 19th of September, right? Something like that. You basically enter and you see boss India won by 5 wickets. And आपके मजे आ गए, like celebrating, you're like wow, amazing, this is what I wanted, 5 wickets से जीत गए. You just go to the highlights, you see oh who played how, who took the most wickets, who was the man of the match, किसने कितने रन मारे, क्या किया. You go to probably YouTube, you watch a few highlights of the video and you're like wow, your mind is like अब सही है, now I can finally sleep at peace. But why and how did that happen? Because you now know that okay, India won. ठीक है? अब सोच के देखो. Now imagine yourself into a situation. Okay, I know I'm making you do a lot of thinking and visualization today, but I hope you're having fun, right? So now what you're doing is, now what you suppose the second situation would have been, rather than the first situation, the second situation would have been that you already had seen the highlights of the match and then you had to go to work. अब सोच के देखो. You already had seen the highlights of the match. You knew कि अच्छा अभी तो विराट कोहली आउट हो रहा है. Now when you're seeing the highlights, you know that अच्छा विराट कोहली आउट तो हो गया 10 रन मार के, but I know India is still winning, right? I know India is still winning. अब आप जब highlights देख रहे हो आपको डर नहीं लग रहा. You're not fearful. Even if MS Dhoni is, let's say, not in his best form, or he's not playing, he is not able to take any runs for the first 20 balls, because he generally plays like that. He takes time to get into form, and then boss, once he gets into it, no stopping him. So even if he's, let's say, letting go first 20 balls, 30 balls, or let's say 20 weeks वाला format है, तो sorry 20 weeks नहीं, sorry 20 overs वाला format है, so you're worried कि यार मतलब आप हाईलाइट देखते हुए आपको डर नहीं लग रहा अब, है ना? You're not worried. You're like ठीक है यार, it's okay. India is still winning by 5 wickets. I know, right? I know the outcome. India is still winning. So nothing is really scaring you. Somebody getting out, somebody not in the best form, somebody losing a wicket, अरे ball catch होते होते रह गई पाकिस्तान की. Nobody is worried. You're not worried. Why? Why, my friend? Why are you not worried? Because you've already seen the outcome of the match, right? So in your head, you know that irrespective of what's happening in the journey, I know the outcome. I know India is winning, man. पाकिस्तान अच्छा खेले गंदा खेले, इंडिया अच्छा खेले गंदा खेले, इंडिया इज विनिंग माय फ्रेंड. आई नो दैट. नाउ व्हेन आई नो that India is winning and I'm then watching the highlights of the match, I'm not worried. भाई कुछ होता रहे, I don't care. I know the outcome. India is winning. Agreed? So the first situation was you were too worried about the outcome, because and you were too worried and you were not able to focus on the work that was required to be done, because you were too worried if the outcome is going to be in our favor or not. And the second situation was when you already knew and you already had this thought in your mind that यार outcome मेरे को पता है, तो आपको डर नहीं लग रहा था on the journey. So could you get the message I was trying to convey, guys? For how many of you it clicked in your head? Come on, tell me. How many of you got एकदम समझ आ गया, आपको हिट कर गया what is it that I was trying to explain to you guys in these two situations. When you already know the outcome and when you've already convinced yourself that the outcome is going to be positive, the journey becomes easy. When you live in a highlight mode, yes, absolutely, Abhishek, that's what I was coming to. When you live your life in a highlight mode, knowing the outcome, knowing you're the winner, knowing you're reaching the big stage, knowing you're reaching the 10 lakh, 20 lakhs, 30 lakhs per month income, knowing that you're having 1 crore in your bank account in the next few years, and then you live in a highlight mode, then every shortcoming, every failure, or any rejection, any bad day, anybody saying bullshit to you does not matter, because you know you're winning anyway. So any single person rejecting you, or even 100 people rejecting you, cannot decide your fate, because that you already decided your fate in your mind. You know India is winning. How does it matter if one day or one player is not playing well? How does it matter if some player is not in the best form today? How does it matter if किसी को चोट लग गई मैच के बीच में? Does not matter, because ultimately my team is winning. I know that. Yeah. So when you start living your life in a highlight mode, it just becomes amazing. It just becomes super fun. It just becomes like every day seems like ठीक है यार, face कर लेंगे, कोई बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है, right? Today was a bad day, but I know I'm winning. Maybe tomorrow is going to be double times good day. So I'll cover it off, है ना? आज अगर कम धीरे चल रहे हैं तो कल तेज चल लेंगे, कवर कर देंगे. ऐसे होता है ना ट्रेन की जर्नी. I know it's a 16 hours journey. If train was slow for some time, it will cover off the next 1 hour by maybe driving a little bit faster. कवर कर लेंगे, हमें पता है 16 घंटे में ट्रेन पहुंचा देगी हमें. सो इवन इफ अभी धीरे धीरे चल रही है, कल तेज चल लेगी, बाद में दोबारा धीरे चल लेगी. Guys, bad days, good days, both are going to be there, but bad days are not going to affect us that bad as they do now if we know the outcome. All right, cool. Everybody with me on the same page? Liking it so far? Okay, now how do we get into that state of mind where we already know the outcome? Yeah, where we already know the outcome and we just are living that outcome every single day in our life. Cool. So getting into that mindset is what we're going to do via the tapping. Cool. Let's go ahead. No karate chop, because we are only doing positive tapping today, nothing negative. Cool. Let's go ahead. Let's start from the eyebrow point. I, from today, want to convince my mind already of the outcome and of the desired identity that I'm planning to build for myself. Because when I know the outcome, when I know the result, when I know how I'm looking or feeling like, or how much money I'm having, what kind of work I'm doing, when I'm already knowing that in my own head, and I have literally convinced myself that that is my identity in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now, then the journey is only going to become beautiful. Because when I'm having good days, amazing, it's leading on to that identity. But more importantly, when I'm not having good days, more importantly, when I'm facing bad days, days when my clients reject me, days when my expectations don't fit in with what I want to build, days when the payments get delayed, days when no one turns up at my shop, at my door, at my workshop, at my business, days when somebody says something to me, days when, maybe some close friend dumps me, days when some business partner cheats me, days when something bad happens which literally makes me cry whole day, it is on those days that the outcome will still get me up and drive me to move forward. It is in days like these that my patience is not going to get tested, because I know the outcome, man. I know I'm having what amount of money in my bank account. I know that I'm getting those results. So I better get up and do the work. And this is what we call visualizing. This is what we call getting into a state in my mind where my brain already believes and it has already seen that outcome right in front of me. Where my brain has already seen me at that big stage where I wish to see myself. Where my brain has already created images of how my bank account is looking in the next few years, what kind of car I'm driving, what kind of clothes I'm wearing, what kind of house I'm living, what kind of people I'm surrounded with, what kind of city I'm staying in, what kind of air I'm breathing. My brain has already created that reality in my head. Now I'm just creating that in my as a physical reality. Virtually, I have already made that a reality for myself. It's as if that's already happening for me right now. It's as if there's complete 100% faith that that's happening. Just that for it to become a physical reality, I just need to go through the daily grind. I just need to go through the daily process. And that's fine. That's fine. I'll have to do certain things to reach there. But I know I'm already reaching there, and thus the journey becomes beautiful because the outcome is beautiful, right? And I already know the outcome. So, irrespective of what's happening, I know I'm reaching there. I may fall, but I know I'm still reaching there. And how do I reach there? When I get up. So whenever I fall, I can get up. I can take help. I can have people helping me to get up. I can use crutches. But ultimately, I'm reaching there. That's the objective. By support or by myself, when I know the outcome, the journey becomes easy because it does not matter how many bad days and how many failures come along the way. So from today, it is my moral responsibility to design a life of my dreams in my head and to then fantasize it every single day. What kind of house I want to live in, what kind of bank balance I wish to see, what kind of lifestyle I'm having, what kind of friends I'm building at that point, what kind of mentors I'm working with, what kind of events I'm attending or conducting, what kind of business I'm running, what kind of position I'm in at my job. The more I visualize and the more I'm able to see that outcome clearly in my head, the more my brain is going to give me ways how to actually make that a reality in real, a physical reality. So from today, I'm going to act like those few people who see something created in their mind first and then strive extremely hard to make that a physical reality for themselves. I am going to start visualizing and living that life in my head until it becomes a life in my physical reality. I'm ready to start believing in the outcome so much that the everyday grind does not matter. I'm ready to believe in the outcome and in my desired identity so deeply in my head that the journey becomes irrelevant. All I know, the journey and the pitfalls, especially in the journey, become irrelevant. I celebrate even my failures along with my successes because I know all of it together is taking me, is leading me on to that desired identity I have created in my head. Because when I know the outcome, that's the best feeling to have. From today, I am every single day going to visualize the results right in front of me in my eyes. All right, guys, close your eyes, everyone. Take a deep breath. Okay, take a deep breath and slowly release. And whenever you're ready, let's be back. Okay, are we back? Are we there? Okay. How many of you had pictures coming in your head of the life that you're leading, of you seeing yourself already there, and the amazing feeling it would be to, actually fantasize and actually visualize the reality, right? मजा नहीं आएगा? सोच के देखो, कोई टेंशन नहीं, कोई स्ट्रेस नहीं। आई नो यार, वो तो होना ही है मेरी लाइफ में। आई एम लाइक डैम श्योर। भगवान जी भी नीचे आ जाए और कह देना कि नहीं, तो हम कहेंगे ऐसे कैसे भाई, मैं तो करूंगी, मैं तो करूंगा। आप कुछ भी बोलते रहो। Right? That's the attitude that we are building, right? That childlike जिद। जिद्दी होता है ना, बच्चे रोने लग जाते हैं, नहीं मेरे को तो चाहिए चाहिए चाहिए। वैसे हो जाए बिल्कुल हम भी कि नहीं, दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई वॉन्ट एंड इट इज हैपनिंग। मेरे को पता है, उस बच्चे को पता है मेरे को ये टॉय मिल ही जाएगा। मैं थोड़ा रो धो के नाटक करके अपने माँ बाप से करवा ही लूंगा अपना काम। राइट? दैट्स द काइंड ऑफ जिद दैट वी वांट टू हैव। या? ओके। Absolutely, Girish. This can be done for something personal. Cool. All right. So, thank you so much for being here, guys, this morning. Again, super amazing to have you all on board. I will meet you tomorrow. Yeah. Sharp 5 a.m. Please take care, stay safe, keep visualizing, and keep building the life of your dreams. Thank you.